Oh man, I've got a mega review of all the Mugler colognes! Hey Fragrance family, I'm David, I'm a fragrance bro. Of course, your best source for everything fragrance related. Today I have a special video that I'm so thrilled to do today, and it is on the new Mugler Cologne Collection. Now this idea seems kind of familiar. I don't really know who got this idea before. Oh yeah, it was me. I've been saying that Mugler ought to make a Mugler Cologne Collection. It would just make sense for them to have the Mugler Cologne be their summer blockbuster line that they have, and then the Amen be their fall and winter line. So when Mugler announced that they were coming out with the Mugler Cologne Collection, I was thrilled. I actually got emails about it of people telling me, they heard you, they heard your advice. And although I'd like to believe that they probably heard my advice, I have no idea. So how's the line? Well, I am thrilled to say that it is very, very good, and it really met or exceeded my expectations on this. Here's the bottle right here. Here's the first one come together, and I'll talk more about them individually, but just wanted to show you the bottle real quick. If you want to see up close, bottle in the box, I'll have a link up here. You can go and see an unboxing of all these. Very similar, but they really kept to the theme of the original Mugler Cologne, which I love. I think they did a great job with the presentation. So let's go with the scents. Come Together is the first one, and it's the green one. And if you try Mugler Cologne, you may be wondering, does Come Together smell like the original Mugler Cologne? And I think it does. I think it's pretty much exactly the same. And I say pretty much because there might be a small difference here and there. I tried them on skin back to back just to make sure, because when I tried it by itself, I could not tell the difference. It reminded me exactly like the original Mugler Cologne. There might have been differences here and there, but I think overall I was more impressed that the Come Together smells better to me than the original one did. Notes are petitgrain and musk predominantly. There's that hidden S note, which some have said it might be saffron, some have said it might be semen, which you're a pervert. It's really good, very soapy and clean and green. It's still really, really good and maybe the best out of the bunch. However, I don't think that it outshines all of them. They're all really good in their own ways. They're all very soapy and clean and fresh, just like the original. Now apparently Mugler made these to be layered possibly, and whenever someone says that they're made to be layered, I usually take that with a grain of salt, just because I think fragrances should be good on their own merits, not necessarily paired with another one. But that said, I think these probably do blend very, very well, just because they have a similar soapy feel. Let's go to the second one real quick. This one is Love You All. And Love You All was the one that I was most excited for when I heard this, because it had a blue licorice note, or at least there's a licorice note apparently. Notes in this are lemon, petitgrain, neroli, blue licorice, Peru balsam, white amber, labdanum, and the secret E note. What I mostly get out of this is lemon at the start, and then a mixture of Azzurro Chrome and Prada Luna Rosa by Prada, and that's what I mostly get out of this, along with a very musky base. And it is soapy and clean like the other ones are. And this one is very good. It's the lightest of the bunch though, and I've tried all of these pretty extensively. This one is the lightest one, and it only gets me a few hours max of longevity and projection. I don't really get any licorice at all, unfortunately. And I was really hoping to get licorice. And I was thinking that if it's blue licorice, maybe it's like that blue raspberry licorice that you see, but it's not that either. If there's licorice, it might be at the start, just to bring kind of a vibrancy at the start. But if you blink, you miss it. It's very fast if it's there at all. But yeah, it's a very good, soapy, kind of cloudy, billowy type of scent. It's very light, but very good in the line. Think Voyage d'Hermès meets Prada Luna Rosa meets Azzurro Chrome, and that is what you get out of this. Next is Run Free, and Run Free was probably the weirdest one out of the bunch, I think. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I'm really glad that they added a kind of wild card to the bunch. This one is a woody fragrance, and that one is a real kind of a shock whenever I first smelled it, because I was expecting very fresh and very kind of citrusy, that kind of thing. And it has those elements in here, but it's a woody fragrance at the start. Notes in this are bergamot, grapefruit, purple ginger, orange blossom, leafy green notes, tonka bean, akigala wood, and the secret D note. Now the woodiness in this fragrance obviously comes from akigala wood. And akigala wood is not a note that I'm super familiar with, but it smells to me very much like rosewood, or a very kind of dry, peppery, spicy type of wood. This fragrance is a roller coaster of a ride, and it starts off almost bad on me anyway, with this weird saliva onion type of smell, and then once that dries down, it tames into more of the spicy, peppery, woody quality with some fresher aspects in there as well. The freshness of it is not as dominant as the other ones are, but it's there kind of lightening up the woodiness in here. And once it dries down, the woods are still there, but there's kind of that musk backdrop in the background, and the citrusy notes are pretty much gone. But that is what this is in a nutshell. I don't get a lot of ginger, other than maybe at the start, which is what brings that kind of weird note at the top. If you like spicy, woody fragrances, I think this is definitely one that you have to try. I'm a big fan of woody, spicy fragrances. They're one of my favorite styles. And when I smelled this, I really liked it because you can have a woody, spicy in the spring and summer as a fresh option, which you don't normally get from those type of scents. Those are usually kind of heavier scents. So I really like this is a fresher version of that. So really good one. Next is Take Me Out, and Take Me Out is great. I think it's gonna be one of the better ones, best-selling ones in this line. Notes in this are basil, lavender, orange blossom, shiso leaf, and the mysterious pea note. You know, you'd think that if they took my advice at the start about this Mugler Cologne Collection, that they would come back to me and ask what I thought about this while they're in production, but they didn't. And I wish they did, because having a pea note in a fragrance is not an appealing note. Now, jokes aside though, this is a great scent. And what I get out of this is a very familiar fresh soapy scent in the lines of maybe Neroli Portofino or Dior's Cologne Royale. It's very similar to that style, and this does not smell exactly like those at all, but there's something in here that is definitely a connection between those two. And what I get is a lot of jasmine at the start. And I get a lot of jasmine. The jasmine in here is great. Maybe it's just a mixture of the orange blossom with some of those other notes that make kind of a jasmine-like accord. I'm not really sure, but it's great. And it reminds me a lot of maybe an alien flanker, but it's wonderful. Very much alien-esque and soapy and floral. It is great. Really enjoy this one a lot. Last but certainly not least is Fly Away, and I love this one. This one is phenomenal. This one is spectacular. I tried this, and when I first tried it on the skin, blew me away. Love it first sniff. It's wonderful. It is a fresh hemp scent. I know a lot of people really appreciate the scent of cannabis and hemp. I'm not normally one of those people, but some people do, like Dan Mish, and I told him about it and he said he's got to get it. But I will say the hemp in this really works well. It adds a lot to the scent that is already citrusy and green. It adds an interesting twist and pungency that is very good. Notes in this are bitter orange, grapefruit, black pepper, pomegranate, cephalus, vetiver, of course hemp, and the mysterious C note. I also get a little bit of mint in here, and that's not listed in the notes, but maybe it's just an accord that is just an overtone of everything that's going on. There's a lot going on, and I don't smell everything that is listed in the notes, but I do smell hemp, and I do smell citruses, maybe a little bit of pomegranate in there, but it's mostly the notes of hemp and grapefruit that are prominent in this, and that's what I mostly get. One thing that I will note is that this smells a lot like fig, and not actual true fig, but the fig that you find in many fig fragrances. This smells a lot like many of the fig scents out there, but better. If you've tried Un Jardin en Méditerranée by Hermès, has a very similar feel, but I think it's even better than that. So this is a great alternative to that. If you like any type of fig scent out there, then definitely check this out. It's not exactly fig, but in the ballpark. But I think it's a lot better than all those things, and it is an amazing spring and summer scent. You've got to get this one. You just got to. All right, so if I were to rate these fragrances, I think that these two would probably be tied for first. I'm not sure which one I like more. Both of these are fantastic. Maybe the original Mugler Cologne Come Together takes the first spot, but second place, definitely Fly Away. It's a great scent. Oh man, it's a really good one. And the third one, It's gotta be Take Me Out with that orange blossom, jasmine-like scent that's soapy and ooh, really good. Then the next two would be Run Free and Love You All. That would be the order that I would rank these in. All of these are great in their own way, and you've got to try these. This line blew me away. Mugler did an incredible job with these. I am so thrilled that they made a great, fresh line that they can now work on and have even more flankers than this. Great idea and just great execution overall. So that's all I got. Let me know what you think of this cologne line collection. Let me know down in the comments. Do you like them, love, and hate them? What's your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I love you for it. I'll see you next time. I'm David at the Fragrance Bros. Bye.